he's on. How's it going out there, YouTube? We are just starting on a trip. Yep, we've got someone panting in the back. Hey, Zeus, what are you doing? You've seen him before. He's gone on a trip with me. We also have somebody else, but she doesn't want to be on camera, so I will... Oh, she's...
Okay, I'm going to look.
Anyway, we are going to go head up to Mount Hood this time. We are on an adventure to Mount Hood. Zeus, are you excited to go to Mount Hood?
Are you ready to go camping? Do you want to go camping? Huh?
Anyway, we're going to give the rooftop tent a try. We haven't used the teardrop in a while. Just because it's summertime, we don't really need the protection. So, anyway, we will be seeing you in a little bit. We missed the mountain part. Hey, we are almost at Mount Hood. You can barely see it, darn it. We just had a view of it, but we missed it. We'll have another one here in a second. And we're at Mount Hood, that's for sure. There is the top. That is the tallest point in Oregon. Hopefully our campsite that we're going to go at will give us a good view.
Very pretty.
Surprised you're not taking any pictures. We are getting there. Alright, we're venturing on and we just found this huge waterfall. Damn bug. Man, we have a great view, but our road ain't that great. I don't know what happens if you meet somebody on a road like this.
It's a bad road.
I guess you'd have to get out and talk to them and see who's going to go backwards. Because at this point, there's not a good way to go backwards.
Oh, it'd be sucky.
Almost at our destination. All right. After that road, we finally made it to our spot. And I bet you're wondering where our spot is. Well, I got to thank a friend, Ian. He pointed me out to this spot, and let's turn around the camera. Are you ready for this? This is our spot for the night. How about that view? Beautiful canyon. Beautiful Mount Hood. And why don't I give you a quick rundown of the setup. Of course, we got the RRT rooftop tent. And I have the solar panel out. It's a 100-watt Rock Pals. It is charging the Rock Pals battery, which is charging the Peltner cooler by Coleman. So with that sun, that easily keeps it running. Even though I have ice in it as well, I ice down 2 liters completely. And that's usually good for a weekend. Even though I don't know if we're going to be here a weekend, we'll probably go somewhere else if we camp. This is a really popular little road. Just some bikers went by, some mountain biker, a few cars. It's a little bit of a wicked of a trail. As you can see by that terrain there. And it's a pretty good drop off. Once when you start rolling down that, I think you wouldn't stop for a while. But it's all about the view. It's all about perspective. I mean, you are not going to get a better view of the mountain than right here. Matter of fact, people come by and say, wow, that's a good spot. You've got quite the spot. because a lot of spots have trees in the way. This definitely doesn't have trees in the way. It's a little hot. Let's see here. Zeus! What you doing, boy? He's a little on the hot side even though he's in the shade.
Zeus.
And I'll show you the other setup we got. This is the first time we brought with us our blow-up couch. We got this a while back. No, Zeus. He's got his bed over there for now. And we put up a tarp just for a sunshade right at the moment because it's pretty warm actually here. And the FJ did just fine heading on up. You trying to get pictures of him?
Come here.
I'll get out of your way. All right, we'll show you more. We are boiling up some chicken, which should be done here in a little bit. We're going to mix that with some Italian sides of creamy garlic shells. Chicken and garlic, and I'm bubbling over just like crazy. Probably not the smartest thing. It's coming down close to my solar panel. Let's move that out of the way. Still a beautiful view of the mountain. We have lost a lot of snow on it. Usually that is all white. All right, well, I'm not going to bore you with the cooking details, but that's what's up right now. All right, nothing like sunset, having a Cracker Jack with my favorite Cracker Jack. Have a Cracker Jack.
I sure will.
We got them from the dollar store, so there's only like 8 in there. So
yeah,
you get.
There's really nothing in there, you guys.
We've only had a couple.
Cheapskates.
You finish that one off. Oh, get another one, because I think you can down that easily. We thought we'd just sit here. We've got the couch laid towards the sun. Look at that. I can block the sun right like that. That's handy.
I look terrible.
You look terrible.
Get me off of that thing.
You're the one that got on here. Anyway, we came for this. This is for the sunset on the mountain of Mount Hood. And I'm going to fly the drone this time in just a little bit. Good morning all. Guess what? Just like every day of my life, the sun did actually come up this morning. Gorgeous morning. Beautiful view still of the mountain, and it's breakfast time. We are cooking some sausage and eggs and gonna put that in a wrap with some tomatoes. Beautiful morning though. But we think we're gonna go to a different spot. We're gonna go find greener pastures. We got a good view. Now we think we're gonna go find a green spot with maybe a little bit of water or a stream or something. We'll see what we can find. Oh, and someone's getting a nice brush down.
Gotta have a clean dog.
He was actually a good dog last night.
He was very good. First time.
First time he camped by himself overnight in his little area. Did he sleep in there, do you know?
Yes, he did.
He did? Okay, well good. Didn't whine or anything. All right, one thing that I would think I should do an update on. So, the cooler, it's running just fine. I turned it off at night since we weren't opening it. And again, it has 2 or 3. I think it has 3 2 liters that are completely frozen in it to keep our stuff cold while it's not running. However, we do have it plugged into the Rock Pals, which is all the way still charged after running it all day yesterday. But I do have the solar plugged in. A little dusty actually as people have drove by. But the solar keeps the battery completely topped off for the most part. I plugged it in this morning. I plugged the solar in this morning without the cooler on, and it took about 5 minutes and it was just completely topped off. So this is a Rock Pals, and I think it's a 550 watt hour battery, but it's run the cooler just fine. I haven't had to charge anything else on it because, let's see, let me move these really quickly. Don't want them to burn. Shoot. There we go. Those are almost done. Let me get back to what I was saying. So I use that as solar, having that charged up. And then for our cell phones, besides when we drive, I also have a small battery pack. We charge them at night. And for lights at night, I use these little deck. I think I got these at Walmart. They're little deck mount solar panels, solar lights with solar panels on the back. They work great for at night, so we have a little bit of glow light. And I do have a couple other bigger ones we can set out on a path type, but didn't work good for those this time because the gravel they cannot poke into. The only other thing we take another cooler for just some water that's frozen so that it can slowly defrost, but we still have cold water all weekend long. Alright, well I'm going to finish cooking. I just thought I'd give you a solar panel update. That seems to work really well. That's a 100 watt Rock Pals. And like I said, with that Rock Pals battery, it's just running the cooler just fine for all weekend long. Something about wildflowers blooming just on the side of a mountain.
Just get away there.
Alright, not sure if this is going to show up, but I'm going to try to video it. That is Mount St. Helens right there. I can't quite tell if it's showing up on my phone, but I think it might be. Off in the distance here, and then we've got Mount Hood right there. We can zoom right in on it. No skiers at the moment. Wow, I don't know which one I'll use. All right. This is our nice little soft freeway.
Pretty rough. Really rough, to tell you the truth.
It's just a gravel road. Come on.
Well, not if you had to look over the... It's over the cliff. I'm sorry, you guys. It's not a good sight to look over the cliff when you're driving.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh,
I think that rock just fell. AC feels nice, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's hot up in that mountain, you guys. There's no shade.
What our goal is to find some shade up here. Also, we have to keep your eye out for that little water stream. We're gonna fill up for some cleaning water. All right, we actually moved to a new spot. We packed up really quick. We didn't really put everything away permanently, but we took our showers, which was basically a sponge bath. We'll talk about some camping tips and tricks on that in a second. But the first thing, my first tip that I'm going to talk about is keeping your solar panel clean. Now, if you look, we were in a really dusty spot. That's why we wanted to move. We were burned out of being, when cars drove by, when just we moved around, we kicked up dust. You can see, because this was like perfectly clean, and that is not no more. So that's why we moved. We moved more into the forest. Have nice green, have barky kind of ground, not gravel. We're just happier here. But like I was saying, the first thing you really want to do when you're trying to keep your batteries charged, you're going to want to keep your solar panels clean. This is nasty. You'll probably lose 20% efficiency on that type of dirt, which is hard to imagine, but it really will. So clean your solar panels. Even if it's just brushing them off or using a little bit of wet cloth, you will be happier because your batteries will charge more. Especially in this direct sun, we are getting perfect charging on the panels right now. All right, it is lunchtime. So just around the corner, sorry, that was kind of up close and personal. Just around the corner, I found a McDonald's. No, I'm just kidding. I used the McDonald's bag to help me start my favorite camp stove, which is the BioLite. Besides having its own little infernal fan, I have all kinds of little sticks. That's what it really feeds on. I mean, I've got so many little sticks in this spot that it's almost the perfect solution for cooking tonight. So that's why I thought I'd cook with it. And on top of it, yeah, we can even charge a device. That's the beauty of this thing. It generates power while it heats. And also, we're in a spot where we can't really have a campfire, and we're okay with that because we have a camp stove. As long as you use your camp stove that's built for having a fire, which that's what the BioLite is, we kind of have our own little mini campfire. And we'll probably roast some marshmallows on it tonight because, gosh, it's easy to use. And like I said, down on the ground, there's all kinds of fuel that's already cut to size. We're going to cook some dogs right at the moment for lunch and give you some more tips and tricks a little bit later. I forgot to show one thing. I don't know if I've ever showed this before about the BioLite. Let me turn this around so I can see a little easier. The sun's kind of in my eyes. I was working in the shade. Just put one on for now. I can always cook another one. Anyway, this is how the grill works. When you add it to the BioLite, it clicks right onto the top. Really handy. My wife, she likes cutting her hot dog in half. We'll put this to the middle. And so you take this little hopper right here, you open it up, and like I said, I have firewood just the perfect size everywhere, pre-cut. You just load it in there. My wife will grab some fuel. It's almost like a wood-burning stove. Like a... Oh, that one might be a little big. Because we kind of need to shut it. Shut it down. Yep.
Nope.
You're not doing so hot there.
I know.
You need to make those baskets 3-pointers at least. Look at this. This ground is just made for BioLite. All right, I can show. Neat thing also about it, I forgot to mention. Maybe I think I've done it in prior. You want a little hotter? You can turn up the fan. We'll turn it on medium. It'll burn the wood a little quicker, but it definitely makes it hotter. Now with that cooking on medium, good stuff, Maynard. Well, camping is hard, especially for a dog. Worn out at about, what, 3 o'clock? Is it about 3 o'clock?
I don't know.
I don't know what time it is exactly. It's too warm right now to do anything, so we're just kind of kicking it in the shade.
Just like him, we're just kicking it.
Yeah, but I think he's doing better than we. All right, what trip would not be complete without roasting a marshmallow or two? This is number 2 for me. A little more challenging when you have such a flame. Right? All right, good morning all. We've already had breakfast. We're starting to pack up on day 2 here. But I'm going to give you a tip, one more tip before we end this trip. And my tip is, we're on a trip. My tip is, if you want your bedding fresh and even your tent, your rooftop tent, our secret is we use dryer sheets. They smell great. You can stick them in the tent. You can stick them in your sleeping bag. You can stick them by your pillows, and they will just rub off that smell to give it a little bit of freshness. So anyway, roll them up in your sleeping bag. When you unroll it, it'll have that great smell. Dryer sheets. Inexpensive. Find the smell you like. Boom. All right, still in the tent. I thought I'd give you one more tip. That's right, one more tip. And it's about lighting your tent. I used to always have to bring a light up and down and look for it at night, search for it. But if you look now, at Harbor Freight, I got these little micro LEDs that are mounted on a wire. And I wrap that around the main pole. And it runs off of, well, I have rechargeable in it. That way I can recharge them anytime. AA batteries, 3 of them. Got a little button here. Or even have a remote control. I don't use the remote all that much. I have used it, but I don't use it all that much. And you push it once. Unfortunately, it starts out like Christmas lights where they flash and they got all kinds of different patterns. Not interested in that. I just want it to light up. That's the only oops, I went by it. There. Looks like it's flashing on the video, but they're not flashing. Anyway, works really nice. I don't know how long they'll run, but I think a real long time. And I can pop those batteries in and recharge them, and boom, off you go again. Used to always have to bring up a light, try to find it at night. Now it's always all in one spot. Never have to worry about it. Don't have to carry an extra flashlight up here. I do always, of course, bring extra flashlights. Even our cell phones, obviously, nowadays, even work as a flashlight. So anyway, one more camping tip. Here's whack. There we go. For your rooftop tent, or even a regular tent.
I got one!
You got one. All right. Time to get the next.
It jerks too much. Get that sucker.
You got it.
Woohoo!
You nailed it.
What, a 5th try?
No, I think it was only 4. We'll have to play back the video just to see.
I hit 3.
Yeah, you did. You got it again.
I'm getting good.
Hey, you hit it again. Let's see where this hits first. That was right on the money. I think I hit right there. A little high, so I'm going to go a little low. exactly the same spots. And actually what the biggest thing you want to be able to do is do a cluster. But this is the first time firing this gun, so let's just see if I wrap off. We'll just go for the middle target here.
I think he hit all around it.
So it's the first time firing the gun. This was my cluster. Shot a little high. I was aiming, of course, for the bullseye. And I just plugged those so she'll see where she hits. Alright, between my wife and I got one bullseye and a couple close. Definitely it looks like it goes up and to the left a little bit. Not exactly sure why, but anyway, a little fun for the 4th of July. Well, it's time to finish packing up. We've almost got everything all tore down. Just thought we'd shoot a little bit before we go. And it's time to leave.